if this were to become a $50 million revolving fund, it's estimated it could build approximately 350 homes a year when fully operational and train hundreds of Texans in certified construction trades. With that said, I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have, and I believe there are some witnesses here today to testify, and respectfully reserve my right to close.
Members, are there any questions for Chairman Bell? All right, thank you, Chairman. We'll reserve your right to close.
Eric Hahn, Texas Housers.
The chair calls Charles Coates. And we show you representing yourself and B/CS Habitat for Humanity and registered for the bill. Is that all correct?
That is correct. That is correct. So I am from Bryan College Station Habitat for Humanity in Bryan College Station, and I'm supporting HB4505. This bill could drastically increase the amount of affordable housing. As everybody knows, is a crisis in the state of Texas. We think it could massively increase affiliates, Habitat affiliates like BCS Habitat, as well as other affordable housing nonprofits. What I've provided as my testimony here are almost 90 signatures from Texas A&M students who have basically signed in support of this bill. They believe in it. They believe that there is a crisis. They have seen that when they graduate, it's very possible that it will be very difficult for them to afford their own home. And they also support, being able to build homes for families that otherwise could not afford to be able to buy a home of their own. So I just wanted to provide that to the committee and show that it's not just us at Bryan College Station Habitat for Humanity. It's also across the community, and especially at Texas A&M University. And so they wanted to make their voices heard, and I hope that they see that we've done that today. And I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you so much. Members, any questions for this witness? All right, thank you for your testimony today.
Thank you.
All right, chair calls Kristin Smith. And Kristin, we show you representing the Fort Cavazos Community Habitat for Humanity and registered for the bill.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Good morning, Chair and members of the committee. My name is Kristin Smith, and I proudly serve Habitat for Humanity in Texas, an organization on the front lines of building safe, decent, and affordable housing for families, seniors, veterans, and individuals with disabilities across our state. But I come to you today not just as a nonprofit leader. I come to you as someone who has lived through the very challenges we are trying to solve. I was raised in a low-income household. My mother was a single parent trying to raise me and my sister with my father while my father was incarcerated. We experienced homelessness. We didn't have a stable place to call home. We didn't have a consistent school where we could graduate from. And I'm telling you today, it's not fun. It's not fair. And it's not what any child in Texas should have to experience. That is why I can both empathize and sympathize with every homeowner and applicant who walks through my office doors asking for a second chance. I was them. I've lived their reality, and I know the power of a safe, affordable home to change a life. As someone who now leads an organization that builds those very homes, I'm here to tell you, I don't want to see another generation of children go through what I did. I know we all agree that education and housing go together. If a child doesn't have a solid foundation, a home, and if they don't have a safe community with good neighbors and strong schools, then we start to see the domino effect. Crime rates go up, health risks increase, we see more teen pregnancies, we see the cycle of poverty repeat. But with House Bill 4505, we have a chance to reverse that trajectory. This bill will expand affordable homeownership across Texas, help nonprofits like Habitat plan for long-term housing growth, and train the next generation of skilled workers through real on-the-job experience. And this isn't just good for families, it's good for Texas. With this bill, we will see crime go down, health outcomes improve, more productive tax-paying members of society, and ultimately, stronger, safer communities. So I urge you, keep Texas strong, keep Texas profitable. Support House Bill 4505 and help us continue building the Texas we all love and believe in, one where every child has a chance, every family has a future, and every neighborhood has hope. Thank you for your time and your service.
Thank you. Members, are there any questions for this witness? Great. Thank you so much for your testimony. Chair calls Amy Parham. We show you representing Habitat for Humanity Texas and registered for the bill.
Yes, ma'am, thank you. Chairman and members, including my own representative, Zwiener, thank you so much for having me today. I'm Amy Parham, the CEO of Habitat for Humanity Texas. And what we see across the state is an affordable housing crisis. The comptroller says that we have about 350,000 home shortage in the income levels served by Habitat for Humanity. One of the biggest barriers that Habitat and other nonprofit housing groups like Habitat's find is a lack of access to capital on the front end. And that's exactly what this bill will do, is provide those capital to do water, wastewater, infrastructure, drainage improvements, land acquisition. And then we work with donors on the local level and other resources to build the actual homes. This is modeled after a program in Minnesota from my counterparts in Minnesota who came last session to testify on this, and they testified that in the 20-year existence of the program, there's never been a default, ever been a default on a program, a revolving loan fund like this. So when we start with a $50 million revolving loan fund, in 20 years, the state's still going to have a $50 million revolving loan fund. So it's really perfect use of government funds to help accelerate the construction of the housing that Texas so desperately needs. So I'm happy to answer questions. And let me also just add a little bit about the workforce housing component, because we also are seeing housing costs rise across income levels because of the lack of workforce skilled trade labor. The average mason is in their 60s. The average plumber and electrician are in their mid-50s. And this bill will also help finance the workforce to be able to take those programs and then do their actual lab work on a Habitat site, or a group like Habitat. So we're really excited about that workforce housing, because we think that the continuum of housing needs to be worked on to make sure that it's healthy regardless of income level, but definitely for the levels that Habitat serves. As a reminder, Habitat homes aren't free. They are affordable based on the income of the home buyer, but they are not free. They're paying a mortgage, they're paying property taxes, they're working in the schools. The house we built on the south steps of the Capitol just about a month ago was a state employee from Brenham, Texas, who's working 2 jobs, and she says she's ready to have an affordable home so that she can get back to coaching Little League in the evenings with her boys. So hope you got to come out to that, and thank you very much if you have any questions.
Thank you. Members, are there any questions for this witness? I have one quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Did you say there's never been a default in the Minnesota program?
Never been a default, correct.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, and
Thank
great
you.
to see you, Amy.
Good to see you.
All right, now, is there anyone else who wishes to testify on, for, or against the measure? All right, seeing none, the chair recognizes Chairman Bell to close.
I respectfully ask this bill be reported favorably, and I close.
At this time, the chair withdraws the committee substitute to HB 4505. Thank you, Chairman Bell. HB 4505 will be left pending at this time.